Let us look at a recursive procedure for reversing a linked list. So already we have learned recursion in many topics. So we know that recursion will have two phases. One is calling phase and then returning phase. Now let us decide. Shall we reverse the link of each node while going or calling or while returning? We should do it in returning. If we are doing it while going, if we point on this one, then how we can get the address of this one? But while returning, we can make it point on this and come back on this node and make it point on this node, and this is still will be pointing here. So come back on this node, we can make it point here. While returning, we should do that. Okay, let us see how we can do. Let us take a pointer P pointing here, and it will move in the next call here, the next call here, the next call here, the next call, P becomes null. Now when it come back while returning, now when P is on that node, it has to point on this node. So we need one tail pointer also. Because this node should point on this node means we should have the address of this node. So we should also have one more pointer which is following P. So we need two pointers. So let me show you how this can be written. So when I have a pointer P upon this node, then I need one pointer Q here, which is null. Now when P is moving, Q should come here. When P comes here, Q should be here. When P comes here, Q should be here. Then while returning, P can point on this node Q. Then again return, P can point on Q, return. So while returning, we can reverse the links. So let me write down a function. Reverse. It should take two pointers. First one is Q, second one is P. So a function reverse taking two pointers. First one is Q, that is previous one, and next this one is P. So two pointers is taking. Then what we should do? Calling time, just go forward. So if P is not equal to null, then do what? Call itself again. By making first one as P, means Q should come on P. Then P should move to next node. So next pointer, P is next. So first pointer is Q, that will become P, and P will become next. It will be calling itself again and again. So recursively when it is calling, at the end, P becomes null, Q is here. So at that time, when P became null, what I should do? See, now I will be returning back. So that is first. This is first. So I should make first point on that Q. So first should point on Q. When I should do this? When P became null. If P is not null, it was calling. When P is null, first became Q. Now it is returning. While returning, first time P will be here and Q will be here. So while returning, what I should do? P's next should point on Q. So P's next should point on Q. That's all. Then again it will return. So return means P will be here and Q will be here. So P's next will point on Q. So you can see that this is a recursive call. So it is calling itself again and again. Whatever is there after recursive call will be executed at returning time. So at returning time, links will be reversed. So this is a simple function for reversing a linked list using recursion, for which we require two pointers. P is ahead and Q is a tail of that P. And when P became null, also I have written in else part that bring first upon that node. See, when Q was here, that time only first was brought here. So this becomes the first node, the next, the next, the next. At last, this will be null and this will be pointing on this one. So that's all about reversing a linked list.